babaBOYS, welcome back to the babaBOYS podcast. We're here with Carter today, and we're going to be talking about the brand new Season 4, which is only 2 days away. It's pretty crazy. It felt like just yesterday that I recorded the podcast, because it basically was. So, we had everything teased for the new season, like, starting 6 days early. It's kinda unusual that we had the entire trailer this early. It normally drops during downtime. But we actually got it before, and I'm very happy about that because it's given Carter and I time to look into the trailer and spot details that mostly Carter found on the new season. So just to quickly recap what we covered in the last episode, go check it out if you haven't already. We might have missed something in this one that we said in the last one. There are the new skins coming to the game. We have Mysterio, Doctor Doom, Emma Frost, Wolverine. Sadly, I thought it was going to be Wolverine, but other way around. Gwenpool, who's been teased a lot on Fortnite's social media with like shorts. War Machine, Captain Jones, which is Captain America, but Captain Jones, you know, John Jones. Fantastic Four, Sabretooth Meowscles, a new Hope reskin that we don't know the name of. The Incredibles, 3 of them, I think. We're getting Frozone, Mrs. Incredible, and Mr. Incredible. And a Disney Villains bundle that we don't know when that's going to come, but I assume it's going to be a bit later down the line. Now, outside of that, we also did get a lot about map placements. Go check out that if you want to see what we found in the last one. But the main thing that we do have that's slightly different from last time is the loot pool. We first have the assault rifle.
That is actually the Nocturno from the Save the World.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We did find out that the AR is actually most likely from Save the World. And as Carter said, it's called the Nocturno. But the thing is, Fortnite's had a whole bunch of Save the World items in key art, promotional art, and that sort of stuff in the past. So it's not confirmed that we're going to get the Nocturno in Fortnite, and it's also not confirmed that we'll get the Scar either. It may be a placeholder, because we did have a Scar in one of the trailers a while back, I'm pretty sure, and it didn't even come to the game. Last time we did see the Scar was in Chapter 4, Season 1, so it is a possibility because they did change it for, like, the new sort of style they're going for with their guns, but we don't know for sure. Outside of that, we also found that the Org will be coming to the game. We're not 100% sure on this. It could be the Striker Burst, but it does seem to be in the trailer used by one of the players or the henchman. Was it a henchman?
I think so.
Yeah. It might have been a henchman weapon, but you should be able to pick it up if it is dropped by a henchman. The Stark Rifle, the Stark Energy Rifle, which we could possibly see being a shotgun. We're not 100% sure on that, but probably not. It was one of the theories that Carter saw, and I don't really think so because it looks exactly like it used to. The Ranger Assault Rifle,
Yeah.
and from what I can see, we might also get the Heavy Assault Rifle, or maybe it is the Heavy Assault Rifle. It's really hard to tell because the more you look into it, there are a whole bunch of holes in all of the different theories. We do definitely have a new shotgun coming to the game, that's for certain. Mysterio was spotted holding it in part of the trailer, which I did show off in one of my shorts, alongside an invisibility cloak item that we might have already had in the game. It might be the gauntlets, or it might be something new, maybe a mythic. We also had the single-handed pistol, which was like, I'm expecting a new revolver. That one looked pretty sick, but I think it'll probably come later into the season.
The revolver, when you shoot it, it's like the tube gets really red and hot, it looks like.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a revolver, because it's kind of like one of those Western revolvers where you'd like blow the smoke off.
Could even be shooting like heavy ammo, like handgun.
Yeah, I could see that. It's definitely probably not going to be a automatic pistol like we've seen with the tactical pistol. And as well as this, we did see either an instant detonate throwable that they were chucking out a whole bunch of, or cluster clingers. Now my theory behind why there might be cluster clingers, check out the short to see the actual footage, but what I think is that these throwables that we've seen somewhere in the trailer were actually cluster clingers, because if you throw them, it'll take longer for them to hit the wall if they're going for a wall that's further away, because they all have to go out in different angles. So I think it's going to be that they detonated at different times because they had different distance to travel, each bit of the cluster clinger, to be a bit more precise. We also saw the return of the helicopter, but it does look quite different, so it may not actually be the same helicopter we see in Fortnite, like as a playable one.
Well, if it does get added and we can fly it, we might need to use gas now. Fuel it up.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know how they'd handle it. I mean, there is the possibility that there won't be gas, which, please Fortnite, if you bring back the chopper, don't nerf it like that. We also saw the dual machine SMGs. Used to be the machine pistols. It's kind of annoying that they had to change the name, but it was because, I assume, of the Chapter 4 augments that were based around pistols, and they had to be more precise with what they were. Captain America's shield is a mythic, Wolverine's claws, or sadly, Peelverine, as they're calling him. Shuri's mythics, Gwenpool's blades, which may just be a pickaxe. We never saw any proper gameplay with them. But we did see that with Iron Man's gloves and the War Machine jetpack and turret, alongside Doom's Kamehameha, which I'm calling the Doomehameha. So those are all of the things that we've seen in the loot pool so far. Let me know if you've spotted anything in the comments. I'd really appreciate it, because we're always looking for new information, but there isn't much time, so I would probably cover it in a post. Outside of that, we did see a few interesting things. Would you mind telling everybody what we did see? The next 2 points on the list.
At the part in the trailer where Doom and Emma Frost open up Mysterio's vault where he's been held in, if you look behind in the other jail cells, you can see bright white lights or eyes, which look like when you compare Chaos Agent.
Exactly.
In the later point of the trailer, you can see Chaos Agent on their side.
So there's a bit of lore behind Chaos Agent, because we did spot him in the Chapter 5 Season 3 trailer. At the very start, he was pushed over by Megalodon. And obviously, it would make sense if Chaos Agent is going to be siding with Doctor Doom, considering Doctor Doom was able to stop Megalodon's kind of whole plan, which, in my opinion, I think is a really cool backstory. He gets like pushed down by Megalodon, and then the person that takes down Megalod will end up being who he works for, which I think, yeah, cool plot development. A little thing on the side there. It could be something bigger in the live event, who knows. And just a minor little detail, Carter, you did spot something else. What was that?
Iron Man punching bags. That's the only indication of Iron Man in the entire trailer.
Yeah.
Apart from the Stark rifle.
And the gloves. But you never actually saw anything referring to the proper, like, character itself. Except for this punching bag, which I'm really confused by.
Yes.
But I mean, it does make sense if they're trying to plan out a bit of a rivalry between Doom and Tony Stark, but I mean, who knows? He's kind of not really there in the Avengers anymore, so it wouldn't make sense to bring him back. Outside of that, we did spot in the trailer very recently, it wasn't us, but we did see on Twitter that someone had seen a Midas car and SUV. These are golden wraps on the cars, which is interesting, because it could be that they're adding support for Midas's golden touch to the cars. So if you have it on the default preset, it'll be golden. Or what could also be the case is we get like a gold painted style, or even maybe like a bundle of the cars in the shop, but as their default variants just in gold, which I really hope they don't overprice, because if that's the case, that's a bit weird. I mean, otherwise it could also be a rendering issue. We've kind of got quite a few possibilities for that. And the final thing we have today, some very new news, is some things that Fortnite and Marvel have been posting over the past few days. So, we got, a while ago, a post from Fortnite saying something along the lines of... where is it? Every place has a story, and every story is undiscovered for now. Help us out, Marvel. And they've basically got the entire Chapter 5 Season 3 map. But it's got a few changes, which indicates that it's going to be the Season 4 map. Especially with the massive gas clouds over the parts that we know are changing. And so what Marvel has been doing on their Twitter account is posting three or so new teasers of the new Battle Royale map next season. We got one that says the heart of Latveria bleeds green, which is, I'm assuming, what they're calling Dr. Doom's castle area. Going to be part of Latveria.
Latveria was his own country in the comics.
Yeah.
That he did try to destroy, but got saved by Avengers or something.
It seems to be quite, like, small compared to what it would actually be, though, because I feel like an entire country wouldn't fit on the map. We also got a official name from Marvel, which is The Raft, which is the prison POI. I don't know why it's called The Raft, because it's quite clearly not floating. Even so, it's still pretty cool. And I'm excited to see what they do with that. We also, the final one, is in honor of Cynthia Von Doom. And it's this little town. We don't know the name of it, but it's a little town that we think is probably going to be that little clock tower area above Reckless Railways. So if you can imagine that in your head. There is also a clock tower in the photo, so it would make sense if it does end up being where that is. Because we did look at the original trailer for this POI. It seemed to line up quite well with the mountains in the background. So who knows? But anyway, that is everything we do have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. We've obviously got some content coming out right when the new season drops, but I'm trying my hardest to get everything out for you guys. So that does mean this podcast is going to be a bit less edited. Probably not at all, I'm going to be real. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys all on the next one. And remember, actually, I don't know what they need to remember.
Force is with you.
I'm going to use that.
Better watch out, cause the boys back in town. Swerving on the block and we come back around. Talking all the shit, pussy boy, he a clown. Gotta keep my money up and leave my ops down. Why you still talking? Why you still watching? Oh, you just mad cause I pop. Spend 10K shopping, bitch stop calling. Shawty throw back.